I'm gonna use my inside voice. Gosh.
No, say. Introduce.
Hello.
Guys, if you have friends and they don't support your content, here it is. Introduce the channel how I usually introduce the channel.
Faith, don't put me on the spot like that.
Hi guys, welcome back to this channel. If you're new here, you're welcome. If you are an old data subscriber, thank you very much. I am here with a guest who is not a stranger to this channel. If you haven't watched my other videos where she was part of, go back and watch. So today we want to talk about our journey to America, how we got here, and then since we were all students, we both came here on F1 visas that I've talked about on my other videos. We will share our journey. So if you or a friend or a friend of a friend is looking to come to the US, recommend this video. So introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Liz.
I am called.
That's what she wants. Anyway, my name is Liz. Other people call me Beth. Other people call me Baby Lizard. So whatever you wanna call me.
Yeah, she's a reptile.
Befitting. Yes. And you know, this is my person, you know. She's the yin to my yang.
Yeah, I'm her boyfriend.
Jameni. We just wanna share a little bit of our experiences with how we got here, and you know, just our life in general here, you know, years later.
I've talked about my story so many times, so it's your turn to share your story. I will also, like, you know, in addition to add to it, how did you get here?
How did I get here? Yes. So where do I even start? I mean, I feel like it very much starts with a visa interview process, you know. So I feel like I have been very, very lucky in terms of that visa process. Kasabu mi yangu, it was
connections.
No,
embassy.
Best believe zero connections. The God to Mazini God, zero connections. But it was very seamless. But I also feel like the fact that I had already had my things, you know, planned out kidogo. Like, you have all the documentation you need. I had already applied for school, and I'd been accepted to the graduate program, and you know,
masters, friends.
Anasema hivyo na yeye pia alikuwa hapa masters.
Yeah, all of us came here for for our masters. So, yeah. But she has two. Just put it out there.
So having all the documentations in place, I feel like it is idea. And then, you know, nikaenda hapo, you plead your case.
Do you remember what you asked? Like, questions you asked?
I think the one that is very pertinent, the one that I remember very much was what are you gonna do with your degree after? So for me, it was because my degree is in policy work. So I mean, for me, it's just about helping our Kenya try and do this, you know, put these policies, have them implemented vizuri. So I just had to explain that bit of information to them, and that's the one that I remember very well. And then I also remember they asked me about how long the program was gonna run for, and where I was gonna be staying. And that one was very important because I feel like they also usually want so much to know, you know, if you're gonna be staying at, you know, like a family's place, like maybe your auntie's or your uncle's place, they want to know how long you have that support for. So if the program runs for like a year and you have support for maybe 6 months, it kind of is it's a kidogo issue. But for me, I just told them the program ran for 2 years. Alafu, I was living with my uncle for that 2 years. So, you know, it was just...
So basically, you think you got the visa off of proving that you will come here, study, and then go back to Kenya?
Yes, yes.
Note down those points. Myself, yes. If I remember very well, I was asked, which school I was going to, where it was in Atlanta, and then I was asked like how long my program was, just like you were asked, and then who was going to pay my school fee, and how much they made every month. So if you're a student and you're watching this video, please write down these questions and just like practice so that you have the answers before you go for your interview. So after coming here, how was life for you as a student, international student?
Yeah, that is interesting because I feel like me and you, that our journeys was kidogo different because you know me, I came like in the heart of COVID, so I feel like that was very, very different because me nilikuja in December of 2019. My program was starting in January of 2020, alafu shutdown ilikuwa when in March. So by March already we were doing online classes, so it was a very, very, you know, a big difference. Well, that's what I would think.
Yeah, it
in terms of,
because I came in 2017 August, went to school directly, and we were on site. I mean, we did, because it was a master's program, and when she went to public school, I went to a private school. It was boring. No.
Private schools.
No, public
Look
schools
at this
are the
girl.
best because I feel like you got the whole student experience, and I did not.
You know what?
Because imagine I only had like I went to school like once a week. Once or twice a week, yeah. And then it was like 6 to 10 p.m. in the night. No,
yeah,
but at least you,
even we, grad classes are usually at night.
but I feel like you interacted.
But it makes sense a little bit. It makes sense.
Yeah, so
Yeah, me, I feel like the fact that I came during COVID period, it made such a big difference because the fact that we did not have like one-on-one classes, it makes like the whole university experience, like college experience in the US, it, you know, you kind of want to experience what the college experience is in the US versus in Kenya, or at least that's what I would want. So I feel like I never got that one bit. I never got out of that, but you know, it wasn't, I wouldn't take anything away from it. It was a good experience because even if I especially that first, I think the first 2 semesters is when like most of the classes were online, and then now we just resumed back to regular stuff. But it wasn't bad because we still had to do the like the online synchronized learning. What do we call it?
This girl has big words.
I forgot what it's called. No, I'm just reading off from
Zoom. Too much English.
No, ile, yes, ni Zoom, achana huyu. Ni Zoom, lakini ni ile yenye, as in all of you have to be in class at the same time.
Oh.
Yeah, lakini si kuna ile yenye it's online, but you can choose to when to do your work. So kuna synchronized and unsynchronized. That's what I meant. In our sukulu, so we didn't have Panpire University. We didn't have that. No, so nini iyo the fact that kulikuwa na iyo synchronization of students, as in we had to be in class at a particular time with the professor there. I feel like as much as yes, you did not have the one-on-one experience with my fellow students, it was, you know, it helped. Alafu now after that period of being outside of doing that online classes, now see we resumed back to the one-on-one, and it was interesting because most of my colleagues that I had the online classes with, I had never met. So it was interesting because now when you go to the one-on-one classes, you kind of put a face to the name, and it's, you know, it makes so much sense, and you're like, oh okay, you are Maya, you're Derek, you're, you know, all of those. So it was a good experience. I wouldn't take anything away from it. It was A lot. Grad school, maze.
What was your experience with grad school here? Because me, I feel like my uni experience, I went to the UON, the University of Nairobi. Annie, this shorty for USIU. This is for USIU.
No.
Yes, shorty for USIU went to, yeah. And I feel like my UN, the comrade experience was very different. Huku, I feel like it's easier. I feel like my master's was easier than my bachelor's, just because I feel like there's a lot of resources given here. Alafu exams in multiple choice, ABCD abukudu, and then UN ilikuwa tuna cram ama tuandike marks ama tuzichore kwa mkono, like we had to like still exam. Lazima comrade power ilikuwa inaingilia. But I don't know how KSU you guys did it.
You know what? I feel differently. Okay. Well, let me backtrack what she said, Kwanza. I went to Nazarene ANU for my undergrad. I've told you this before.
No.
For my undergrad, I was in ANU town campus with Kinawanja and Shiko and Fatma.
Shout out to you and
shout out. Yeah, but you know, I went there for undergrad, and I feel like it was easier, right? It was easier. My undergrad, and then I went to USIU for my masters. That's where I got the first master's she was talking about.
Beauty and brains, as you can see. Wow.
But yes, beauty and brains.
So how was USIU and KSU?
So that's the thing. I feel like grad school in general is hard. I'm not going to. In general, is hard because there's a lot of writing. There's a lot of, you know, you have to read a lot compared to what you're doing in undergrad. So even if class, as in the course is a 3 hour, but it's a 3 hour credit. It's, you know, cause okay, so Uku you do three masters classes in a semester. That's what is recommended. Is that what?
I don't know. I don't even remember because it was so hard. I mean, life was so hard at the time. My master's degree period, it was just wee.
Yeah, but anyway, I think I'm going off course kidogo. Although I feel like when I was master's year USIU na Uku, it was different. Kwa sababu Uku, I was working a lot. I was working a lot.
Was it different in what sense? It was it easier? Was it harder?
Like in terms of content, they are kind of on the same level because it's not any grad classes.
Yeah.
But then the context, the working part of it. Yes, when I was in the USIU, I was still working, but you know, I was working for myself, and it was kidogo easier to manage than here. Here you're working on someone else's time, and then you're still going to school. You still have to manage all your classes and all of that. So it was difficult trying to manage time in that way because you try to fit in so many things, and remember you still have bills to pay. Ukiwa home, bills za home na za huku, they are very different.
So you just saying it's because of now you had to work and go to school, but like in regards to just school itself, if you put work aside,
yes,
was it harder or easier?
I feel like it's the same, honestly. But maybe
my master's was hard. My bachelor's was hard. My master's was easy. Like any homework. Homework.
No, homework. I remember my last semester where by the way, when I was about to graduate, 2 weeks in, I had like 2 weeks in, or maybe a week, I don't know. And we had gone for a friend's dinner, and then after that we went out, and going back home I was with her and another friend of ours, and we're just talking about how Mazemia was so tired. I was like, it's not even so much about, oh, I have this master's degree, oh, I was just done. Like, Maze, get me out of here. I have 2 weeks left of school. I have like maybe 2 or 3 papers that I needed to submit, and then that's it. I had maybe like a report and like maybe I had like maybe 2 reports and a paper to submit, but nilikuwa nimechoka. I remember